Hey guys, I'm Bryson here. Welcome to my show. And by the way, today we're looking at Tyler Herro and how he spent his first $1 million in the NBA. And by the way, do people that watch these videos of me reacting, do you watch the NBA? Do you know who these rookies actually are? Because by the way, I don't. I'm just so interested to see exactly how people, for example, go ahead and spend their money and what to do with it. Do they spend it correctly? Do they invest? Or do they waste all of it, for example, on a fancy car and a fancy house, okay? What do they do? That's always what I'm interested in, okay? However, guys, if you guys love these videos, well, comment down below. Let me know. That's the only way I know if you actually like these videos. And on top of that, leave a comment. Let me know exactly who do you want me to react to next. On top of that, if you're new here, like, subscribe, hit the bell, shit notified. And without further ado, let me take this earphone off so now I can put this over here and now watch the video and react to you guys, okay? Without further ado, let's find out exactly how this guy invested, well, spent his first 1 million.
Is that $1 million?
Yeah.
Oh, this is $1 million right here?
By the way, guys, that right there is $1 million. That's what $1 million looks like. It doesn't even look like that much when you look at it right there. It's not that much money, but it is, right? To get to that point, people take a lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, we got a lot of money to spend.
My first 1 million, presented by Marcus Goldman Sachs. Okay, so I just did that sponsored. Great.
I'm originally from Milwaukee.
By the way, right off the bat, guys, okay, this kid is looking like he's flossy, right? The shades look like they're like $1,000, something like that. Ridiculous. The chain looks like it's maybe like a 50,000. Ridiculous. The shirt looks like dyed shirt, like you put it in the thing and it's dyed, so it's probably expensive also, okay? The weirder things look, the more expensive they actually are, right? Because they're supposed to make you stick out or whatever.
Wisconsin, Greenfield, Wisconsin, a suburb.
By the way, am I recording this video? I'm not sure if I am. Yeah, so I am recording. I never know if I'm recording.
Right outside of Milwaukee. My first job was I worked for my dad doing snow plowing and stuff like that.
Snow plower. I can't say that word. But yeah, pretty solid job, man. It's pretty good to instill work ethic in your kids. That's something that I thought I wish I had, you know. Originally when my parents helped me out with that stuff, but I had to go out there and get it on my own to buy video games and so on. So I got it, but you know, it's cool when your dad does it.
I'd probably say $10 an hour. I'll probably
not bad. $10 an hour.
Work for 5 hours a night. Quick 50.
Nice.
I went to the University of Kentucky. In college, we'd go to the mall a lot, I would say. We weren't able to obviously buy as much, but going to
yeah, so right off the bat, right, you can tell that this kid spend the money on things. Even, for example, in college, he would grab his money and spend it on things. Now, you know, a part of his job is also the way he looks, but you want to be very careful spending money before you get it. Spending a lot of money, believing you're going to get so much money, and then if it doesn't work out, well, now you have all those expenses still, and all that debt potentially also.
Going to the mall, buying clothes, going to the movies, things like that.
And by the way, those are things that I also did, you know, going to the mall, buying clothes, not really going to the movies that often, honestly, but a lot of stupid stuff, you know. And honestly, I spent so much money on trash that I got it out of my system very, very early on.
We were in a small college town. Conversations definitely come up in high school and college, talking to my friends. If I ever make it to the NBA, I would probably get a car. That's a dream, to be able to, make.
That's crazy. A car.
Make a lot of money doing something you love.
And by the way, the big thing is everyone has those things that they actually want, right? But the big goal is secure financial freedom first.
Drafted by Miami. How did that feel going from Milwaukee to Miami?
It was obviously a big adjustment.
And it's a different vibe when you go to Miami from Milwaukee, right? Miami has a lot of big spenders also. By the way, one thing I learned is, guys, basically, you want to be careful who you live next to because you're starting to adapt those habits that they actually have. And if your neighbors are very expensive, before you know it, you're trying to keep up with them. It's called acting or trying to keep up with the Joneses or whatever it is. Be very careful with that stuff.
Obviously, the weather being one thing, and then the lifestyle, being able to play basketball in a beautiful city, it's really nothing better.
Nice.
And no state income tax in Florida, so that was another perk to coming to Miami. I figured it was gonna
drop money. What is it? Prop money. Oh yeah.
Be a lot of money, and then once I seen 3.6 million was a lot.
Sheesh, 3.6 million is a lot.
It was amazing to be able to see.
Sign typical 120% of the rookie scale.
That's a lot.
3.6 million for his first year in the league. Not bad. That is
a lot of money for a young.
17 million over the life of the contract. That is insane. So if we assume that 3 million he is what he gets every single year, can we assume that this contract is maybe, for example, for, I don't know, like 6-7 years, maybe? Yeah, like 6-7-ish years. Not bad. $17 million in that life of that contract, then including the sponsorships you get and everything like that. Just with, for example, like 5 of those millions, you can secure, for example, fully financial freedom and live the lifestyle that he actually wants to live. The rest you can just go towards more investing in whatever you actually want to do. But a lot of times people just spend a lot of the money on trash first, and then thinking about, oh, yeah, I just do it next year or whatever. But next year might never come.
Okay, but I felt like I worked for all of it. Coming from like no money to having a lot of money, I knew I was gonna have to get like a financial advisor and everything like that.
Nice. A lot of these kids are very smart, man. They're starting to get like financial advisors and all that stuff. So that's awesome, you know. But it's never such a good idea to just rely on a financial advisor. It's more like you want somebody to teach you how things actually work, so you fully understand it, and then you can make your own decisions. But just putting everything on somebody, like your whole financial well-being for the future, probably not the best idea.
He kind of came to me with a long-term
create long-term for retirement
plan with the money I have now, so saying that I never make another NBA contract. The 4 years or 5 years that my contract is now will set
Damn, 4 or 5 years, guys. $17 million. It's a lot of money.
me up for the rest of my life.
Awesome. And that's how it's supposed to be, you know. I think when people operate from a place of comfort, and just because you love the game that you actually play, you can play at your highest level. But when you have to worry about the bills, and you have to worry about, oh my gosh, my car's not already new, right? Like, it's bothersome. So when you're like, oh, I'm financially free, I'm doing this because I love it, and I'm doing my thing like because this is what I want to do, it's just different. I think Kobe Bryant said, for example, he said, I remember when I went to the NBA, it just got a lot more easier. Because everyone just wanted to get to the NBA to make money, and then stop playing with love for the game. But I never cared about the money. I cared about the sport, and the money would come after. So that's why people like Kobe Bryant and Jordan were so competitive. It wasn't just about the money. It was more about the love of competition and the sport. So that to me is awesome too.
I have a physically demanding job, you know, so I have to really set aside a certain amount of money for my post-career and what I'm going to do after basketball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so let's talk about my first million.
Gucci purse. When did it become cool for guys to wear purses? You know, yeah, I understand the whole fashion thing and so on. But it's like those little sling shirt things, like little sling purses thing probably. I don't like those, man. Honestly, like I don't like that much attention. But let's see it.
The very first thing I bought, I think, was a Gucci purse for my mom.
Oh, for his mom, not for him. Okay, cool.
I was in New York by myself.
And by the way, a lot of kids think, for example, just like their parents, you know, when you have a parent that comes from, for example, from little means, whenever they do become someone, like they just have more money financially in a sense, they go ahead and they try to give their kids everything they never had as a child themselves. And the idea is that sometimes you end up spoiling your kids or just like sharing like materialistic things when just spending time is just enough. Same thing with kids, you know. When they get to this point of like, hey, I make a lot of money now, let me go ahead and buy my mom all the material things that you probably never had or had the chance to actually get. But a lot of times, the best thing to actually do with their parents is just set them up for financial freedom, right? So if I have $3 million, okay, let me just pay off your mortgage, mom, put this much in investment, you get this much every single month, you're good to go. All right, fine. Do the same thing for me. Okay, fine, I'm good to go also. That's the key. And then you both are good to go. Mom, if you want to buy a Gucci purse, you can if you want to, because you can't do it with the passive income that I helped you create. That would be a little bit more awesome if you had
with some friends, and I had just seen it at the Gucci store and bought it for $5,000.
That is insane, man. $5,000 for a purse. And by the way, a lot of people, right, they start to want to have all these things. You know, this stuff is expensive stuff, you know. Don't spend money you don't have expecting to be like this kid. This kid is like, it's amazing, right? $17 million in 5 years. The odds of you actually getting there, I think in the NBA is like less than 3%. So think about that for a second.
Gucci purse for mom.
That's crazy. Mercedes.
I bought 2 cars. I bought a Jeep and then a Mercedes.
By the way, did you guys know the average millionaire actually buys, for example, a Toyota or, for example, a Honda? Did you guys know that? It's only really like aspirational rich people that actually buy Mercedes, people that think they're going to be rich in the future, or people that have extremes amount of wealth and then they can actually afford it, right? So in this case, this kid can afford that car. you know, because he makes so much money. So not
I got
let's hear
a
it, though.
S-Class S63 AMG 2020 Mercedes. I
Yeesh.
bought it in Kentucky, a dealership in Kentucky, and then they sent it down here. It was $200,000.
200,000. Is this like he said? It's 200,000. You know what I'm saying? $200,000. But then again, just like off the bat, right? He's gonna make, for example, just off of this year, right? We're talking about $3 million, right? So let's say $200,000 divided by 3 million. That's going to be around like what, like 6% of the money that she actually got. Is that bad? The answer is no. If you wanted to, you could push even further to 10%, right? But because he has 90% more money to go ahead and achieve financial freedom. So I'm more interested to see exactly what else he did. Let's hear it. Damn.
That was 19. That's one.
Damn.
I like it just white and black, simple. Tinted windows for the sun, and then all black rims. I had to pay for the tinted windows.
By the way, the big thing is basically I don't care. Like, for example, one thing is, for example, you spend all your money on this stuff, right? But kid has a lot of money, right? But the big thing is, if you are trying to become wealthy, don't start leasing these vehicles or trying to finance them in perspective, thinking that, hey, I'm gonna have this in the future, because you might not, and then it's gonna keep you from actually achieving wealth. Don't use this as an example of what it's like to be wealthy. This is not what the average picture of a wealthy person is. Average person being wealthy drives a Honda, lives in a neighborhood that's like less than $300,000 per house and so on, and lives around other frugal people to motivate them to also stay frugal, right? And they have more importance when it comes to, for example, just like activities and spend time with family and doing things that actually gives them happiness, not just more materialistic things. It's a lot to do with marketing. This right here, part of it is just marketing, honestly, because GQ Sports Note, for example, this stuff is very interesting for the average person. Look at this, $7.4 million. People care about this stuff, you know, but it's a part of it is marketing, selling this glorified lifestyle of being wealthy and what it feels like and what it looks like. It's not what it looks like at all. Just keep that in mind.
How much were it?
Like $300.
$300?
Yeah. Boom. Tinted windows, $300 for the Mercedes Benz. Boom.
$200,000 and $300,000, man. That's crazy. Oh, it's just 2 cars he bought. So that one AMG was, oh my god, that's a lot of money, man. What does that car look like, guys? Let's look it up. Mercedes AMG 2020 black. Let's see what it looks like. So this is what this car looks like, guys. Looks like this, I guess, right? This is what it looks like. Yeah, pretty insane car, man. Honestly, looks beautiful. But would I pay $200,000 for this car? The answer is no. No. I'm sorry. Okay, just no.
I bought the Jeep from a dealership down here in Miami, a Jeep Wrangler, customized. We take off the top.
People love Jeep Wranglers, man. My fiance loves Jeep Wrangler. They're pretty cool.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's too hot down here, so we had to take it off. $60,000.
Damn, $60,000. That's a lot of money. But so far, we're talking about not even 10% of the money he's actually made this year. He's spending on these cars, and he can have these cars for the next like 5-10 years. You know, it's crazy. Let's hear it.
$60,000, 4-door Jeep Wrangler. Jeep was already tinted windows when we bought it.
So you didn't have to buy. You didn't have to spend $300.
Okay, cool. So no extra $300.
No extra $300 for the Jeep. Saved me a couple dollars.
Damn, guys, look how much money we're missing here. I'm guessing this money right here was probably for a house, most likely. And a lot of this little small things right here is probably like for payments and like maybe like buying little things here and there. Look at this. This was a Jeep, whatever, the car here. What was this? Let's find out. Clothes. What the heck?
Weekends in Miami, I love going to South Beach. Just looking for clothes, shopping. There's a place called Webster's. That's really nice. And then the Design District has a lot of Dior and different type of stores.
Yo, those expensive stuff, man. Dior, Saks Fifth Avenue, all that stuff is so expensive.
Clothing, $85,000.
$85,000 on clothing, guys. Isn't that ridiculous? Like, you know, sometimes I make these videos and I'm like, ha 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 ha. But when I really think about it, right, that's like a year's salary for like a nurse or something like that, right? Gone right there just on, like, how do you spend that money on clothing? Well, it's not that hard, you know, because you can buy a pair of sneakers for like $5,000, depending on what brand you're actually getting them. But again, you're not buying clothes. You're buying status symbols and status badges. That's what I've learned and was helping me understand this whole thing. When you buy a Rolex, you're not trying to tell the time. You're trying to have this status symbol, right? My Mercedes, you're not trying to drive from A to B. You're trying to have a status symbol. Is that bad to own good things that you actually want? The answer is no. But it's important that you understand what you're actually doing, though. That's car.
My dad, I got him a car too. He likes trucks, so I got him a GMC truck. So I bought my dad a GMC truck for $40,000. So $40,000 GMC truck.
Nice. By the way, I remember, for example, I heard the story about I think it was a millionaire, and they wanted to gift him a Rolls Royce, and he said no, I don't want one, because now what would my neighbors think of me? And for example, when I want to throw fish, when I'm going fishing in the back of this Rolls Royce, what am I supposed to do? Where do I put my dog inside of this thing, you know? So I like his dad, you know, his dad stayed true to whatever he's into, which is trucks. Artwork.
I'm into art too. I bought a $4,000 painting. It's like a portrait of me from middle school, high school, college, MBA. I was an artist in Denver that I met.
But this sounds like a more personal thing, right? So it might be worth that to you, but does it have any resale value for the future? Or do you even care if it does? You know, because it might be an investment, but it's probably not.
Collab together. I told her I wanted something where I kind of grew over the years, and she had an idea, and she kind of came up with that painting.
If you could look into the future and add a panel, what would you want that panel to be?
Me holding the NBA championship trophy with the Miami Heat on, Miami Heat. Custom paintings for around my house, $10,000.
I'm guessing the rest he actually saved, right? Look at that car. The biggest thing there is the car. We're 2 away from finding out exactly what all that money is. I'm guessing it's savings. Accessories. Accessories for what?
What was the best gift that you've ever received?
I would say this is the best gift I've received so far. A Paddock two-tone my teammate gifted to me for my birthday.
Nice. But then what are you gonna give him for his birthday? You know what I'm saying? I don't like those gifts, man. I'm sorry, man. You give me a gift, make sure we keep it under $50. You know what I'm saying?
I have bought my own necklace. It has my brand logo and then a Cuban, sort of like this. I got my chain from Iceman Nick. I got linked up through a teammate.
Iceman Nick, remember that?
We met in Houston when we played the Rockets, and we kind of customized the chain for me.
Cool. How much was the chain?
$30,000.
30,000, but remember though, right? Iceman Nick just got a little promo. Potentially paid him some money also, or maybe give him a big discount, or appraise the chain to be more than it's worth in reality.
Besides jewelry, I have accessories, a lot of glasses. These glasses, really the first glasses I bought when I got paid. They're Louis Vuitton glasses. They cost about $1,000.
I told you guys, ridiculous. I told you guys in the beginning of this video, it is ridiculous.
Probably about 10 pairs of glasses. Miami.
$10,000 in glasses, oh my God.
It's a very sunny place. I needed these glasses and the rest of the glasses I've purchased so far, so $10,000 on glasses.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
What was your favorite brand of glasses before you got got?
Ray-Bans, maybe no glasses. You know what I'm saying? Let's
honestly, I bought my glasses in the mall, in the little kiosk things, the Sunglass Hut. We're only 5 months into my rookie season. I have not spent $1 million yet, but this is what I've spent so far. I feel good. I feel like I can do a little bit more spending. It feels good.
No, come on. You gotta invest, bro. And I think the rest of it is also because, by the way, when you're earning this much money, it's earned income. So you get taxed like crazy. So you're probably at the 37% level of taxes. So $370,000 of that $1 million that you actually earned is going to go straight into taxes. So that's why you haven't spent all that. I just noticed. It's crazy. Be very careful, man. Don't overspend. This is not a good habit.
To be able to, take care of my family, that's a dream that I've always wanted to do, is take care of my younger brothers,
All right, guys, so I'm done here. But what you really want to do is you want to set up your family for the future and set up yourself for the future. Because if you break a leg like completely and you're destroyed and you can't do the NBA anymore, you want to make sure that you're good and you're good for retirement. Imagine yourself being broke but driving in this like AMG or whatever you're driving, or your mom or dad can pay the mortgage but they have a Porsche and a Ford, right? It's a bunch of liabilities. It's over, like, for example, almost $300,000 in cars. Now, if you say, hey, I'm going to buy some real estate, I'm going to invest this money right here into index funds or whatever, now I can make this much money in passive income every single year. By the way, just for perspective here, right? Let's just say this before I end this video because it's getting too long. But let's say, for example, this kid made $3 million the first year. And he has to pay, for example, just in taxes. Let's just say, for example, 40% goes to taxes. So basically, he gets to keep around 60%, right? That's 1.8 million. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy? Yeah, it is crazy. Now, let's say you went ahead and invested that. And now this money has grown at around 10% on average every single year, which is amazing. That's around 180K in income every single year. So awesome. But in reality, if it follows the 4% rule where it says, hey, all you need to do is just take out 4% of your portfolio every single year so you never run out of money. Well, what is it? If you multiply this right here by 0.04, you get to have around $72,000 every single year in income divided by 12, and that's around $6,000 per month. But again, does he want to do that? The answer is maybe not. Or you can actually just put it, for example, into real estate and get, for example, a good cash and cash return or a good cap rate. But if you want to do that, that's great. But usually, you might want to live a fancy lifestyle. I mean, just 6K is what he spends in rent every single month. So he wouldn't be able to live off of this because his lifestyle just went like crazy, right? So that's the big thing. You want to be very, very careful with this lifestyle. And just for fun here, guys, $17 million. And let's say, for example, they keep 40%, he keeps 60%. Well, in reality, he only keeps around 10 million. If he invests that money, he gets 4% every single year. Well, in reality, that's $408,000. Divided by 12, that's going to be around $34,000 every single month. A lot better. And that's like fully passive. Consider this. Consider this. You don't want to spend all this money on things that in the future will just be liabilities and will be straightening you down. That's the key perspective here, guys, okay? But guys, thanks for watching this video. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought here. The glasses things I just did not like whatsoever. Not a fan of glasses and spending so much money on sunglasses, okay? All those sunglasses I bought so far, I found them on the street. I swear to God, okay? I've never purchased sunglasses in my entire life. Just these glasses, okay? And they cost around $200-300. But again, they are made out of carbon fiber. I sat on them before. They've been taken back. They're good to go. High quality. I have them, for example, for the next like 5-10 years. But I'm not out here having like a whole 10 glasses or whatever. Okay, guys? See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. Comment down below what you thought. On top, if you want to DM me right here on Instagram. Or if you want to talk to me one-on-one, join me on my third channel, Bryson. Link down below. Join me there. Spots are being filled. Get there as soon as possible. I'm going to make a call right now, by the way. And also, DM me right here on Instagram at Bryson. On top of that, also, another video right here. Click my face right here. See you guys tomorrow. And as always, peace.